Welcome to Ellefluential. I'm Elle Salagaris, and welcome to the podcast where we go behind the scenes of life, relationships, beauty, and everything in between. Join me as we get a little bit bougie, talk with people I can't wait for you to meet, and share some fun and laughs together. Coming up on this episode...
To be reduced in like 5 seconds. Like, I'm looking at myself in this outfit. I'm like, is it giving 3 a.m. kick-on from Chinatown?
Let's jump into it. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Ellefluential. I am here today as Cori's legal representative. Everyone, this is one of my best friends, Cori. Cori, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Cori. I'm not an influencer. I work in software. I'm a tech nerd.
I prefer to just have my best friends on as guests, but we literally scheduled this recording yesterday as an emergency episode due to some social media drama. There was a warfare against my girl Cori, so I am here as her legal representation to clear some things up, okay? But first, we're going to start nice and light, and I'm going to tell you a story about how Cori and I met because it's pretty funny. Many moons, how long is it ago? It was a while ago, like a year ago. Okay, about a year ago. You guys know Greta. So her and I were out at the studio. We're having a massive night. We meet this gaggle of gay men who we leap into a car with to go back to their house in Bondi Junction and go to their, like they were having a house party, right? Leap into the car, go there. Turns out none of these men were gay. For someone who's bisexual, I have zero gaydar. At one point we're there and like one of them starts talking about his wife. One of them starts hitting on Greta. And I'm like, Greta, we are not with gay men.
Hoodwinked.
We have been bamboozled. Bamboozled. We've been bamboozled.
Classic studio bamboozle.
Yeah. So we walk out of this random apartment and we realize that next door is pumping. And we're like, well, what's going on over there? It's literally like 4 a.m, by the way, at this point. And so I'm just like, should we go in? And Greta and I, we're both lunatics. So we both like step out and we just go into the door. I don't even think the door's open. Whip open the door, walk into this random house party in Bondi Junction. As soon as I walk in, this girl goes,
"Are you the Eastern Suburbs mom?"
And I was like, yes, it was Cori. And it turns out that she knows me, my friend Carla, who will be coming on the podcast at some stage, my best friend who I've been best friends with for like a decade. You know Carla.
Yeah.
Because she was she dating? How do you know her?
Oh, she went to uni with an ex-partner of mine like 8 years ago. So I'd like be hanging out with all of them all the time. And then I remember you'd show up in Carla's like pictures and stuff.
Yeah, and you just randomly followed me or something.
Yeah, and I've been here for so many eras. Like I've been here through the real estate era. I've been here through the jewelry making era.
Mm-hmm. The mommy vlogger, everything.
The mommy vlogger. And yeah, I just happened to be an OG follower.
And it was when like my TikToks were first blowing up. So I remember we sat down for like 2 hours and just spoke about like my whole journey. And she was like, this is just going to sound so crazy, but like, I'm so proud of you. Like, she was like, I'm so glad you found your niche. And then literally we just became best friends. And it's so funny because I like get this question all the time. People are always like, would you ever be friends with a fan? And I'm like, I literally fucking am. But like, it's such a like, I can't even call you that. Like, you're literally just like one of my really good friends.
I think everyone probably thinks that they're the exception. I'm not a fan, but I think it probably I categorically would have been a fan.
Maybe started out as one, but no, you're one of my really good friends.
Good enough
to make it on the podcast.
To make it on the podcast and to borrow some designer clothes.
So, getting into it, I don't know if you guys have noticed Cori's outfit. If we have any audio listeners, Cori is in a very expensive, gorgeous, bright metallic pink Moncler jacket and a Prada, what would you call that? Like a terry toweling Prada bucket hat. Yeah. And I gifted, Cori was at my house last weekend and she was like, oh my God, babe, I'm going on a ski trip next weekend.
We booked it 72 hours in advance.
Yeah.
I live in Australia. I don't own I don't own warm clothes. It's hot here.
And she was about to leave.
We were about to leave. I don't have time to like go buy things and like put together looks. We're at your house having a party.
And I'm like, babe, say less. Like, come into my closet and I'll give you all my ski gear. I gave her 2 Moncler jackets. I gave her 2 ski pants. Like the whole night.
Hooked it up.
Hooked her up.
And I actually get anxiety about holidays because I put a lot of thought into like how I want to feel and like how I want to look. And like these are like the memories that you make forever, right?
Yeah.
And it was so special to me because I'm like, I'm going to feel so confident and happy and excited. You should ask my boyfriend. Like, I came home and I was like, I'm ready now. I'm so excited. I'm like, I was dreading it, like this whole thing. I'm like, I don't ski. I'm going to be sitting down at the bottom. I'm just going to wait for you guys to be done so I can come to lunch. And then once I've like had, like once you like dressed me and I felt like I had everything sorted because I'm like a preparer.
She was ready to go.
I was ready to go.
And she was so excited. And it was so cute. And she was like thanking me so much, like so grateful, like so sweet.
I grew up skiing like every other weekend for 18 years. Like my parents would go every weekend. I had the nastiest leg break when I was 12 on the Rocky Mountains on a black diamond.
No, you didn't.
And they had like, me and my mom were talking about this before I went, because she was like, you better be careful. Remember last time, like they were tobogganing you down the mountain. They had to cut off my ski gear.
No.
And like take a boot off of my broken leg. It was so traumatic. I was just planning on not even skiing.
Yeah.
And just like sitting down at the bottom and waiting for lunch. I find out that you have to, we booked obviously the nicest restaurant we could find.
Did you have to ski
You have
into
to
it?
ski to the lunch and then you have to ski down. So I didn't find that till we were, find that out until we were on the way. And I was like, oh my God, my plans have been
Bamboozled.
I've been hoodwinked by Threadbow. So I get there, I jump into a private lesson just to get to lunch. Okay. And I actually picked it up. Like, I cannot believe how much fun I had. Like, I was dreading this trip.
And you looked amazing.
I felt amazing.
Incredible content.
I know.
Killing it.
It's the irony is I was sitting down at the bottom of the slopes, like, while the boys were going. And the Range Rover team came up to me and they were like, you look so amazing. Can we get some content? I'm not kidding. Like, they were like, we're looking for like cool girls and like, you're the one. Can we get you to hold up like this thing? And like they were filming and I'm like, of course, like I'm happy to. And so that's where the picture came from.
See, you guys?
It's literally.
Do you hear that?
There's been some diverse opinions on the outfit.
Has there been? So last night, like so Cori introduced me to one of now my good friends, Laura, who last night sent me a post. There's some account that I had never heard of before in my life. It's called Overheard Paddington. And I'm just going to let you know, Overheard Paddington, you do not deserve this promo.
This is not sponsored.
This is not sponsored. And they posted this about my girl. And it's like, it couldn't be more fucking... I've never seen high fashion ruined in so many ways in one photo. She's done the Prada hat and the bright pink Moncler jacket a disservice.
Like, to say that's about, like, Prada hat, Moncler jacket, I just got back from the snow 6 hours ago. Like, of course it's about me.
They may as well fucking tag you.
Why not?
Like, at this point, just tag you. Just tag you. Anyways, this is my immediate before Laura, before I even opened Laura's messages, it was like, oh, maybe don't even acknowledge it. Cori's very anti-drama. I'd already commented, shut the fuck up if you're talking about my friend Cori, because that's my pink Moncler and Prada hat. She's boring. So say it with your chest and tag us.
Yeah, look, I could not believe, like, again, I'm not an influencer. I have a private account. So someone has literally, like, one of my friends or family.
You have a private account.
Yes, I do.
So someone, and we think we know who it is, who is this girl who commented, who also is threatening us with legal action. And I just want to say to that babe, good luck. Good luck. Okay? Because it's not slander if it's true. She was like one of the first ones to comment.
Yeah, she couldn't help herself.
Yeah, no, she loved it. And
you could just actually like send in the comment and then just be silent.
Yeah. No,
you could have just said it quietly.
She put that like that dead face, you know, the skull where you're like, oh my God,
couldn't help herself.
Anyways, and we've got someone else called, I'm calling everyone out, like all their ass, @official_NASA Sultan. She's the suburbanites by the sound of it.
I don't even know what that means.
You're not a suburbanites, babe.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but you're not one.
Let me read the next one. This one's good.
Okay, you read it.
It's a tragic combination. It isn't giving après in Switzerland. It's giving knockoffs from Chinatown worn at a kick-on in a council estate at 3 a.m.
First of all, I wore that at après in Switzerland and everybody loved it.
Do you know how many compliments I actually got? Constantly complimented.
I wore this outfit. I bought that at the Moncler in the airport when I was on my way to Austria.
I found your Austria like tag in the thing and I was like, what is this language?
And the amount of compliments.
Oh my God.
It's a great fucking outfit.
Anyway, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this again. It's a tragic combination. It isn't giving après in Switzerland. It's giving knockoffs from Chinatown. Worn at a kick-on in a council estate at 3 a.m. First of all, that means you had to have been at a kick-on in a council estate at 3 a.m. to know what that looks like.
And then obviously like all of your friends like came to your defense and there's so many comments of us just went.
That's the real point here is like I probably have like for the 2 negative comments, there's been actually like 60, like genuinely, that's not even an over-exaggeration of people who are just being so supportive, like friends, acquaintances, people like my mom. Oh my God, she de-snapped on them. She was like, it must be exhausting being so hateful.
No, because can I say for this account, like I really want to point out, because I had never heard of this account
Neither
before.
have I.
Overheard in Paddington. We need to bring attention to the fact that like I have no problem with kind of like not troll accounts, but like commentary channels or like accounts that are funny and can kind of like make fun of like, I obviously do Eastern Suburbs Mum skits. So I make fun of Eastern Suburbs Mums. I make fun of myself. I do it in a very tongue-in-cheek way. I'm not directly targeting anyone. I'm not out here doing it. It's very spreading out. It's very generic. It's very funny. There's a very clear difference between something like that where you are directly targeting someone and directly sending hate to them and then just putting funny things, because the whole point of the account is that they are posting things that they have overheard people say in Paddington.
Also, the thing is, I don't have haters. Like, I just have friends. Like I said, like, I work in software. I don't know why you're coming after me.
You're not a public figure.
No.
But also, like, so here's one. So I just don't think I can do economy anymore. Like, premium economy is bad enough. That is something that's generic.
Yeah.
Anyone could have said that. Honey, the next time you date a celebrity, could you at least make sure he isn't so pedestrian?
Yeah, look, I don't find these things very funny, but maybe it's because I'm the one saying
How are you affording this? I'm selling my Rolex.
Again, not that it doesn't land for me, but
the only liquidity I care about next is my pina colada. They're trying to make fun of people in Paddington, and honestly, they're not doing that good of a job.
No, you know, this probably is a spin-off from the Overheard LA, like Overheard New York. Those are actually quite funny.
Are they funny? Yes.
But only if you have been there and you understand the context, like people making fun of Erewhon.
People must be writing in. An espresso martini is the grown-up version of a vodka Red Bull. It's just not acceptable.
I don't find it funny. But
yeah, who doesn't like an espresso martini?
But also, then why make a personal
But the personal attack is what bothers me.
That's
like,
wild
literally
to me.
That's
wild. Off-brand for them. Like, it's just generic personal attack.
For the most part, they're pretty generic. And there's a difference between being generic and there's a difference between bullying.
Yeah.
Like, what they did to you was straight up bullying.
Yeah, and it's actually wild for me. Like, I don't have to deal with this often. I don't know how you deal with negative comments because
I have thick skin, baby. The difference is like I put myself out there. This is my job. This is my career. This is not what you do. You're not a public figure. Like, you're not equipped. It's different.
That's kind of defamation in a way, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I guess that doesn't really count.
No, but like I have very thick skin. Like, I don't take things personally. Like the difference is if this had happened to me, I would have been completely fine.
Yeah.
I would have probably like made fun of it. I would have like reposted it. I would have had it. Like, it literally would not have bothered me to the slightest. But because I put myself out there and I open myself up to criticism and I expect that. Yeah. So that to me is like,
part of the job.
It's a part of my job.
Right.
So I have to, like, when people really come on who are in this industry and who are influencers and they like really cry about hate, it's like, yeah, like, it's a part of the job. But coming after someone who has a private account,
I know,
who it wants nothing to do with it.
It still blows my mind.
And I have to talk about the girl who's threatening us with legal action.
Why would we be in any sort of... You were the one who trolled me. Like, why am I in legal trouble?
She trolled. I just want to start with she started it. And then to turn around and try and say and now threaten me with legal action when you're the one who started it. This girl, we're not going to name her, because I have spoken to an actual lawyer who's let me know what I can and can't say. She's the one who commented the skull.
Within like minutes of it being posted.
Within minutes of it being posted. And so I'm pretty sure that like allegedly, maybe you're either the one who sent it in or something, or she definitely knows who it was about to have allegedly. I think allegedly she probably knew who was it about because you have had alleged beef with this girl for...
Oh, I thought I archived her in 2021.
Yeah, and this girl was the first one to comment.
Existed.
And then I did go a little bit hard at her, okay? Because I was in...
you do that.
I texted her and I said...
What have you said? You haven't even told me this yet.
Where the fuck do you get off on commenting negative shit on an anonymous post? Cori is one of my best friends and she's a sweet girl, and who gives a fuck if she borrowed some of my ski gear and is posting it? Grow the fuck up. It's not giving girl, it's giving fucking nasty. And I'll say it again.
Like, if I got a message like that, like, my heart, I would be so scared.
She kept blocking me so I couldn't message her, and then unblocking me to send me a message, and then blocking me again so I couldn't respond.
The effort.
I hate that. If you're going to start shit and you're really going to start shit, don't run away and then be so scared. Don't like not let me respond. Like don't hit me over the back of the head with a bottle and then, you know what I mean? Like fucking fight fair, square up. So I shouldn't even get these next ones. So I'm going to read them out loud to make sure that you get them. I said, if you think it's so dead face and funny to comment on a hate page and that's directly making fun of someone, you know it says a lot about you. And stop blocking and unblocking me to send messages, you weirdo. Either own your shit or don't.
I don't have the same, like my brain is clearly made differently because I don't understand any amount of this. I'm just exhausted. I feel emotionally exhausted from this. Like, how do you deal with the hate comments all the time?
I don't get that many. That's what people...
I get more than you.
That's what I'm saying. People are always like, how do you deal with all the hate? How do you deal with the hate? And I'm like, first of all, I'm a little offended that you think I get that much hate because I actually don't get that much hate at all. Like people like me. Yeah.
Can't relate. Unrelatable.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, let's Google the definition of slander because I don't know what she thinks she's suing me for. Slander, the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation, making false and damaging statements about someone. Where did I make any statement that was false? I literally read aloud your comments and your text.
I know that there is, like, you shouldn't let the people get, like, bad comments get to you, but I feel really emotionally exhausted. I'm sad.
Because you're not equipped to deal with it. Like, you're not someone who has mentally prepared yourself to deal with it and to...
No.
Yeah, like, this isn't your job. This isn't, like, what you do. Like, you're not used to this. This would be, like, the equivalent of if, you know, you got in a fight with a friend. Like, if one of your best friends got in a bad fight, like, you would be really sad.
Like, I literally cannot believe I came back from the snow and I was feeling so confident and so happy. And then I just to be reduced in like 5 seconds. Like I'm looking at myself in this outfit. I'm like,
do I look ugly?
Do I look ugly? Is it giving 3 a.m. kick on from Chinatown? I was hoping to come on and talk about Taylor Swift fan theories, not internet haters.
No, okay, so we're going to move on. So we want to talk about our shared Americanness. So Cori and I are both American. I'm only half
embarrassing
American.
Right now, but...
No, it's not embarrassing.
Oh, Kamala's in. Yeah, we have hope again.
Madam President.
I can't wait.
Babe, it was looking dire there.
It was.
When we were watching not that I have any space to speak politically, I have no idea, but watching that debate where Biden looked like he was about to literally pass away.
I'm really proud of them for cutting their losses on that because that, like, I even felt depressed. Like, I was like, this is just...
so bad.
I don't know what to say either. Like, I agree.
But I actually think maybe there was some strategy behind it because I feel like they made Biden look so depressing that it gave Kamala this avenue to kind of like come in and just be like, hero. You know what I mean?
And I'd never really, which is quite sad to think because I live here now, so I've kind of like disengaged from it because there's a lot of negativity around it, and it's a privilege to be able to say that we can disengage and just live our beautiful lives here and like feel safe and not feel like there's guns around and have free healthcare. Like it's such a privilege. But I didn't really know much about her, but just seeing the way she's like rose to the occasion, it's been really inspiring. Like that is a bad bitch. Imagine the hate she's doing. I'm dealing with one hate comment. I'm crying in my boyfriend's arms saying, does everyone hate me? This bitch would have to deal with like so much hate. Like there's a whole 49% of America is not going to vote for her. 49% of that country hates her. Like it's just, I can't imagine the way that she feels at night.
It's fucked up. I love her. Whoever is running the Kamala HQ account on TikTok is fucking incredible.
Well, they're trying to rally this dormant, like this Gen Z millennial voters. And if we can get the young kids, we can get the women, we can get the African Americans, we can get the gays, I think we have a chance.
Exactly. Because that's where we failed. That's where they failed before. I think there was too many of like the older crowd and the older generations who were so pro and they weren't
Trump get in.
And also like I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I didn't like Hillary Clinton. I'm glad she wasn't our first female president, to be honest. Our first. I'm like their first, okay? No longer identifying as American.
I still can't, like, if it came down to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, I don't know in what land we live in where we're electing a reality TV star as a president.
Well, we did.
I couldn't believe it.
I do think getting all of like the Gen Z and all of the young people, hopefully that is enough to squish out the others.
I saw the most inspiring thing where at the Taylor Swift concerts right now, there's like 15-year-olds, like young kids printing out QR codes at the Taylor Swift concerts. It was some TikTok about how like the young people have been mobilized and they're like, the QR codes, they're putting them around all the Taylor Swift concerts and be like, just vote, register to vote.
Wow.
And the Swifties have entered the chat.
Oh, wait, if she gets Swifties on her side, Madam President. Madam President.
Oh, I just want to say it.
She just speaks, same. And she speaks so well, so eloquently. Like that thing of where she was like that TikTok of her where she was like, are there any laws that govern male bodies and like what you can do with male bodies? And that guy was just there like,
is such a talent and like one that I probably don't have. Look, I'm sitting on here
You're
like
speaking
crying.
so well.
Just the enormity of that responsibility. Like it's like life or death. Like I sell software. Like that's not life or death.
I don't know. I don't feel that way about it. But after watching like the people that have been after watching Trump be elected, I don't think it's so life or death.
You'd have to wake up every morning knowing you have people's like human rights in your hands. Like
I don't know if that's really how it works.
Maybe, probably not. I can't speak for them, I guess.
I think there's so much behind. I think it's so much to do with like the Senate and the, like everything. I think it's so much to do with everyone behind the scenes. I honestly think the president is kind of like, I don't think they have as much power as you think.
How embarrassing to have a reality TV star as like even the brand.
Maybe I can be president.
It's bad for our brand.
Oh my God, because that's one thing we were talking about because we went to high school in America. We cannot get over the fact that people care so much in Sydney about where you went to high school.
Well, people in America will be like, oh, where did you go to school? And that means uni because they move out of home and they go to uni.
All they care about is college and they care so much about college. Yeah. Like my stepdad used to make us, he went to like Auburn and he used to make us all dress up in like Auburn gear. All
the matching outfits.
The whole family, the whole matching Auburn outfits just to watch every single fucking Auburn game.
It's a tribal thing. Like people have to rally around. I mean, politics is so depressing. People have to rally around sports. Like, imagine a Taylor Swift. Like we would dress up in matching outfits and go to Taylor Swift.
And you know what? I have allowance for it when it's a college.
True.
Because a college feels a lot more serious. High school?
I guess it's just it comes down to the culture. Like they put a lot of like emphasis on education here, but like early formative education.
That's a good take.
Obviously, something that's not part of our reality. So it's like,
so I think it's like so weird. It's like so much about like which private school did you go to? Where did you go to high school? They'll be like in their 40s and they're like, where did you go to high school? Babe, why do you care?
Yeah, seriously. It's like, my God, get a hobby.
Get a hobby that's not where you went to high school.
And also get a hobby that's not commenting negative shit online.
Yeah, that's very true.
Try gardening. I've been cooking a lot lately. Cooking's my hobby lately.
Have you? I try and cook, but like I'm just not good at it.
Yeah, I know. We had our Nara Smith era first. We tried.
I have never had a Nara Smith era.
You did. I remember you posting once. You tried to make bread, didn't you?
No, I've never tried to make bread.
You posted something like in my Nara Smith era. Didn't you say like you made like 3 things in a week?
Was it lasagna?
I watched you make a ranch dressing.
Oh, yeah, I think it was ranch. I think it might have been ranch. I think my Nara Smith era was like just making ranch from scratch. Yeah. Your girl is not a chef.
Oh my God.
I literally had someone comment, like reply to one of my things. I think I posted like a dinner that I'd made and I was like, wow, that's really embarrassing for a housewife.
Trad wife.
Excuse me. So Cori, when I first met her, had you just been dating Dwayne?
I don't remember when we met. We've been together about a year and a half, just under a year and a half now.
And you guys have the cutest relationship.
Oh, I'm so in love. Like I've actually never been so in love in my life, and it's just so much fun. I just feel very happy and lucky and grateful, and I say it every day because I never want to take it for granted.
I had someone sit me down. I'm going to tell this story, and I don't know if she's going to know that I told this story. Sit me down and say that like my husband is like such a great like father and such a great dad and blah blah blah. Like she would kill to like have him, and then she goes, I just feel like you're a little bit ungrateful.
People are projecting their own stories onto you and your relationship all the time. We all have a frame of reference. We project our own noise and our own reality onto other people. And it's just wild because I can't imagine sitting someone down and saying something like that. But
but good for you, babe. So how many boyfriends have you had? How many exes have you had? What's your dating history?
Oh God, who knows? Like, I don't know. Like I've had probably 3 significant boyfriends in Australia. So I'd kind of count those because, and then probably 2 or 3 in America. So yeah.
And then where do you see you and Dwayne's future?
I'm just enjoying every day. And I just think like I'm open to where life takes us. Like I'm not one of those girls that's like, this is my goal, like marriage, family. Like I just want to see what's organic and like where things evolve. You have to have intentions, right, in life. Like you have to have like, oh, this is where we're heading. But I never want to be like, this is the goal. You know, like I've never been.
I need to be engaged by March next year.
Yeah, no, that's never been me, like with any partner. Even though this is like, I feel like this is my person, like I still don't even have that like compulsiveness where I'm like, I need a ring. Like a fucking gremlin. I think
me.
that's like, I
was already pregnant though.
Yeah,
so I was like, I need a ring.
Different.
I need a ring.
Totally different.
Yeah. But you guys are having a lot of fun. You're doing a lot of traveling.
We do. We have a lot of adventures.
Yeah.
And it's so cute because your husband and him get along.
My
and Lucas
husband
doesn't like get along with everyone.
Oh, we just said the exact opposite thing. I feel like I can bring Lucas around everyone and everyone will like Lucas, but Lucas doesn't like everyone.
That's what I meant. Yeah. I feel like he's picky. And Dwayne's like feels like, oh, like we love hanging out with you guys. Like we have the best times. And because like they get along like very intellectually, they're intellectually compatible and like we get along so well. And like our double dates are just so fun. Like we are just laughing like constantly.
And also you're so perceptive. You're like a very perceptive person. Like Cori always has the best advice for me. I feel like if I'm going to let anyone like psychoanalyze me and like psychoanalyze like my friendships and stuff, like I take your advice like verbatim. And Lucas actually said this the other day. He was like, I've actually never seen like Elle act how she does with Cori and how like we've like if we debate because Cori and I have differences of opinions and she's like I've actually never seen you with a friend have a difference of opinion like that and debate it out and have so much respect for their opinion and like back down so much and take I'm
willing to be wrong.
Take the floor and let's end the episode on something really high and let's end it on Taylor Swift.
That does bring me so much joy. You know what? I didn't understand cults before. I was like, why? What are people so obsessed about? And even when I saw her, because we had really good seats. You had really good seats. I went with Laura. We had great seats. We were literally like right there. I had already like watched so much of it online and I don't regret that at all because I pre-cried. It was just such a magical thing to see this woman. It's giving Kamala. She has so much like power and she's just done so much good in the world and she's just been herself authentically. I just don't understand how anyone can fault her. She's just literally gives back so much. She treats her people so well. I am in awe of this woman. She's a brilliant songwriter. She might not be the best singer in the world.
Oh,
but
TTPD.
I don't even have a favorite.
Oh my God.
I love them all equally.
It's like all I listen to. It's ridiculous.
And I just love that she's like has her eras, right? Like she doesn't pretend that she's gonna stick to this one thing her whole life. She wants to evolve. She wants to be herself and like that. And I know that's a privilege for her as well because she's made it. So she has a bit more creative freedom. But yeah, I just have so much respect for her. I just think that there's so much negativity that she would get all the time. Like people superimposed her face onto a pornographic.
That's a huge thing now. That's happening a lot.
Yeah, I've heard people doing it to kids. Like, it's just so sad.
No, I've heard people doing it, and I'm going to get into this on another episode why I don't agree with people showing their kids online. Like, I have mutuals in the creative space who do show their kids. I think that's where I'm putting off making the episode because that's where I'm going to ruffle feathers. It's not going to be with people that I don't know. It's going to be with people that I know.
But again, I think like we said before, like you can have respectfully different opinions, right? And people should have respect for your well thought through opinion about how you raise your children.
Yeah.
So,
but I think there comes an element where I do end up with a little bit of less respect for them for but I think a lot of the time, I think once you become educated on why people don't show their kids and why you shouldn't show your kids,
right,
that is where I struggle to then respect you continuing to show your kids.
Right. I think though, like that's probably a good thing you're doing with your platform is doing the education piece because people might not know.
Yeah.
Like I don't have kids. I haven't looked into it that much. And it's good for it's good for you to use your platform to actually help and try and give your opinion as alleged, give your opinion wherever you can. And it might help people. People might change their mind because of that. So the positive outweighs the negative.
Yeah. So you didn't cry at the Taylor Swift concert?
I had tears in my eyes. but there was not one that fell. Only because I had a full face of makeup. I looked so pretty, so I didn't want to cry.
Oh my God. I was like bawling my
I think
eyes
that's
out.
like a coping mechanism for me because I need to go through it emotionally in like my like safe space. Like I every time I watch a Taylor Swift like acoustic set, I cry in my bed. But like when I saw her live, I was already prepared for it. Do you know what I mean?
What's that recent one she did that was so good? That
Was it
recent
Black
acoustic
Dog?
one? No, not Black Dog. Oh, Why Did It End? Or How Did It End?
How did it end? Every time she sings one in the acoustic set, it's like my new favorite song because she just kind of goes off the like the script, and she makes me hear it in a new way. I listen to the lyrics in a new way, and so yeah, I spend a lot of time watching Taylor Swift TikToks. That was how I would say I spend my time.
We have like this group chat that's like it's
the
called
hardcore Swifties.
literally, and we just send like basically TikToks and Instagram reels to each other.
We became friends, actually. So our friend Laura was hosting a friendship bracelet making day, and we have lots of friends, but we only wanted people that were like actually dedicated, and so it was a very special day. And like it's Laura and I. That's like the fabric of our friendship is Taylor Swift. So we wanted to have this party. We only wanted people who, even though we weren't close friends, we knew that you loved Taylor Swift because I remember in that 2-hour debrief we talked about that, and that's what I remembered. And I was
and Greta being a hardcore Swiftie fan too,
actually, because Laura's like. I was like, I know a girl that we should invite. And then you came on, had the best time. You got along with everyone. We had the best day.
It was so
like
good.
Not posted anywhere. It was just like us in our element, in our joy, making friendship bracelets for the Taylor Swift concert. And that's when we became like close friends.
Drinking daiquiris, swimming in the harbor.
It was so much fun.
It was so fun.
That was probably one of like a highlight.
I brought
core
sushi
memory.
platters.
Yes.
It was so good.
Yeah.
That's a very core memory highlight of mine. That was amazing. Very fun.
I just love that. Like none of it made social media. It was just like a special, like in the moment.
Yeah, I don't think I posted any of it.
No, yeah.
Which is very rare of me.
I know.
Yeah.
You were just in the moment. And also you were so respectful as well. Like
I think that's why.
Into a new environment where people you didn't know. You made such a good impression. Everyone loved you. And it was kind of like we weren't all like we barely even knew you.
Yeah.
And other people.
Oh my God. And some girl brought up Cindy like 10 minutes into the conversation trying to talk shit about her. And I like immediately arced up and like shut it down. And that's something that Laura brought up to me the other day. She was like, I actually like overheard like that girl bring up Cindy.
I don't think
and you just like, no, you weren't there. And you just like immediately shutting it down and having her back and like
girls girl.
Standing up for her and being a girl's girl. And she was like, that made me really respect you like immediately off the bat. And she was like, that's really stuck with me. Anyways, guys, I think we've reached the end of the episode.
This is the last you'll see of the pink jacket because I'm giving it back.
And
take a good look.
No. You will be seeing the pink jacket because I will be wearing it. I planned a little ski trip. So get
when
ready.
Are you going?
I think I'm going at the end of the month. I told Lucas to book
Threadbow.
it. Not Threadbow, but I booked it for, I want to do maybe the last week of August. And then I'm going to do European winter again. So
fun.
Yeah.
Oh
so
God,
get ready
good.
to see me in my disgustingly ugly, unfashionable outfit all over social media.
I just can't believe they're like, you've done high fashion a disservice. We're not at a Gucci couture show.
Babe, you were at Threadbow. It was Threadbow.
It wasn't trying to be high fashion.
Fucking relax. It was Threadbow. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Ellefluential.
Catch you on the flip side.
Mwah. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Ellefluential. If you're enjoying the show, hit the follow for future episodes. Plus, you can find me on socials. I'm at Elle_Eastern Suburbs Mum on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm Elle Salagaris on YouTube. XOXO, Elle.